Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Emmett, and wherever you're at in the world today, I hope you and your family are doing well and staying safe from this COVID. And I just wanted to take a few minutes today to fill you in on what's happening in my part of the world, Dumaguete, Philippines, with this COVID virus. And of course, when it first hit last year, just like all countries, starting March or last February, they put us in a total lockdown. Travel between all the islands was shut down. Even between cities was shut down, except for essential workers and the supplies that had to come in, like groceries and stuff, by ships and trucks. And of course, these people that come in on the boats and the trucks would usually have to take a swab test and show negative before getting off. But they locked down, and all the schools were shut down, and everything, even till to this day, which is June the 16th, is done online, except for, I think, in the last month or so, Silliman University and Foundation University have started letting some medical students on a limited basis to come back face to face. Now, to start with, you couldn't even travel from one city to the other unless you were an essential worker or you had to get a special permit. There was a period of time that you had to go to our barangay captain and get a pass, and you were only allowed certain days of the week to go out to do your grocery shopping and so forth. Philippines stopped all incoming travel from all other countries except for overseas foreign workers that were returning, or Philippine citizens that were returning, and spouses of Philippine citizens. But they had to go through a lot of paperwork and everything to get back, and even till this day they still have to do this. And as far as I know, travel is still shut down from other countries like the US and Australia, England, and many more. And when it first hit, of course, the US and these other countries started lining up special flights for any expat who wanted to return to their home country and leave. But once they did, it was very hard to get back into the Philippines. So if they had a spouse or girlfriend here, it took them a long time to get back. Things finally, around the first of the year, started easing up some. And they started allowing some travel back and forth between the islands. And of course, government officials were always been able to travel to Manila and around, which Manila was really hit hard, and Cebu Island, Cebu City, right off the start with, they were swamped with it. And Manila, even today, still has a lot of sections that are under a total lockdown. Now, they opened us up, and we go into a curfew at 10 o'clock at night till 5 o'clock in the morning. And of course, it's hard to enforce things like this, just like it back in the States, where you can see the protesters will go out and not wear masks and things. Over here right now today, to go out to the grocery store, to go in restaurants, the majority of them, we have to wear a face shield and a mask. good it does, because once you go through the door into the restaurant, you can take your shield off and your mask off because you've got to eat and drink. So, I'm not sure that's really preventing anything. And then as far as here recently, when they started letting people travel more in this past month or so, we've become swamped again with a surge. And now then, doctors are asking for another lockdown again. And we're still under a lot of restrictions. And I'll show you a few of the newspaper headlines that have come out within the past month and 2 weeks and what we're going through. Okay, as of June 9th, we've got 48 new COVID cases, 39 recoveries, and 2 deaths as of Wednesday afternoon. We had a total of 374 active cases and 1,008 recoveries. All 5 major hospitals in Dumaguete are fully booked as of May 16th. And in search of greener pastures, nurses are resigning, looking for other jobs overseas. Again, you see all hospitals are COVID full, nurses resign. The doctors are calling for another lockdown like we had when it first started, to do a total lockdown again, cut travel and everything. The mayor has ordered COVID marshals to confront violators, to check on businesses, to make sure they're social distance, people are wearing their masks, gatherings. And again, you see the COVID-19 marshals and the doctors appeal for the lockdown again. City Hall Council is under COVID siege. Our vice mayor recovered from COVID on a Thursday. On a Saturday, he was out biking and collapsed and died. The mayor, as a few days ago, was in the hospital recovering from COVID. And many other city employees have tested positive with COVID. And they're doing massive swab tests of close contacts to people that's been in contact with anyone that's had COVID, to try to eliminate as much as they can. They reduced the number of employees required to physically report to work in the city government. They direct barangay officials to prohibit public gatherings. Birthday parties or anything like that, outside gatherings. No drinking liquor in public. Minors and elders should stay at home. Local health marshals patrol 15 years old and below, and senior citizens 65 years and older are to stay at home. Now, I don't know, but when I was a kid, I can remember that if a neighborhood kid got measles or mumps or chicken pox, and I can remember my mother taking me over to my cousins when they had some of these diseases, and other neighbors would bring their kids there and expose them while they're small, because they know when they get older, and if they contact this disease, it's much harder on them. And I think by the way they lock people down, the only way to get through this is to let the younger people out. Let the kids go back to school, because it's been proven that they have very little risk to this. But right now they're keeping them at home. So when they finally do open up the schools again, especially here in Dumaguete, because there's, 5 or 6 universities, and people come from all the other islands to come here to go to classes and things. And then when they let the smaller kids in elementary return back to school, they've been locked down. But it'll only take one or two that happens to carry the virus when they go back in, and then it just snowballs and you have a surge again and it spreads. Anyways, it's just my opinion. I'm no doctor, I'm no scientist or anything else, but I believe they should let all the younger people who are low risk be able to get out and go and get through this and get contact with it, get immune to it. Of course, older people like me, and I try to be very careful on where I go and what I do, and the vulnerable people with illnesses and stuff, keep them in. But the faster that you can get all the younger people exposed and immune to it, the less chance that they are going to have to start spreading it back to the older people. And right now, we're under a order that children age 15 and under are not supposed to be out. Seniors of the age 65 and over are not supposed to be out. But like I said, it's a very hard thing to enforce, and a lot of people are still going out, and especially seniors. I go out sometimes just to go have a cup of coffee or go with my wife to the grocery store, and you'll see many of the other expats and older people are still out and getting about. They are, as I just showed in the newspaper clippings, trying to crack down more and more with these health marshals. They're traveling the streets and making sure people's got their mask on. They're going to like public markets and stuff to see that they're doing social distancing, checking restaurants, and all public events have been shut down since March of last year. And this is one reason I'm not able to do a lot of new live videos to put on my channel. It's too hard to get out, and there's not anything going on. There's several museums here that I wanted to show the people, get videos, but they're locked down because of the COVID. They have a lot of events here, like parades and fiestas, where the other cities, especially here in November, it's called Buglassen, and all the other cities will come here for a week, and they set up stands and bring their local items that they make there, and they have parades with their bands, and their people are in their local costumes and dancing and everything, and it's a great event and beautiful. But it was shut down last year, and from the way it looks, it'll be shut down again this year. And of course, I can't travel to other islands. I certainly can't go out of the country now to do any new videoing. And that's one reason a couple people have asked me why I'm doing these picture videos. And I just figured that since I can't get out to do a whole lot right now, I would make some picture videos of our trips to other countries that my wife and I have went on in the past. Of course, we didn't do a lot of videoing back then. We mostly just took pictures with our phones and cameras. But I thought my friends, my family, and maybe other people would be interested in seeing what it's like in some of these other countries. Anyway, I hope that everything is doing great wherever you are. I've seen on the news, which I try to watch as much as I can, the U.S. is pretty much getting it under control. I think Australia, where my son lives, has got it pretty much under control. He told me that there was one little area that they had an outbreak here a month or so ago, and they locked them down again there. But anyway, I just wanted to bring you an update on what it's like over here. And right now, it's here in Dumaguete, at least, it's about as bad as it was when it first started last year. And so that's one reason that like I said, that you're not seeing a lot of new videos, but I am going to start getting out certain places and doing some more updates and information on travel here in the Philippines and other things like that for you. Anyway, thank you for watching the channel, and if you haven't already done so, I appreciate it if you'd subscribe, share my videos with other people, help me build the channel. You all take care, God bless you, and keep you all safe.